Hello and welcome to November's Tea Tasting Club. I can't believe it's November already. It's starting to feel a real chill in the air now as we all get snuggled down to enjoy our lovely hot teas. For November's box, we have 3 different boxes to go through as always. We have our Flavour Explorer box, which is suited to those people who want to try all different types of tea, really be experimental, try different recipes, learn different flavours and just get involved with everything. We also have a box for our gourmet tea lovers, so this is the Gourmet Box, and if you are someone that has a gourmet box, it probably means that you are a very traditional tea drinker. So these types of people probably really enjoy a Great British cuppa, a builder's brew, an Earl Grey, or maybe a lapsang. And if you are a caffeine-free person, the chances are you will have a caffeine-free box, which includes all of our caffeine-free blends, which are all naturally caffeine-free. So that includes anything with a pink, orange or red label. That's herbal, fruit and rooibos. So you can try all of those as well. If you like any of the teas you try today, make sure to check out our entire collection because we have over 100 teas on our tea wall for you to try. So I know there'll be plenty for all of you to enjoy. So let's get into it. Let's start with our Flavour Explorer box. Let's start off with our Flavour Explorer box. So in our Flavour Explorer box for November's box, we have the classic Gingerbread Chai, we have apple strudel and we have snowball. These are some really iconic bird and blend flavours. If you're new to the brand or if you're a long-term customer, I imagine you've already tried Gingerbread Chai already. If you haven't tried it, you're really missing out. This is one of our all-time fan favourites, team favourites. It even has a great taste award because we love it so much. And today I'm going to show you how to make a gingerbread chai latte, a lovely classic. So gingerbread chai can be enjoyed in so many different ways. You can have it as a hot tea, you can have it iced, you can have it as a latte, you can have it as an iced latte, so hot or an iced latte. It's endless opportunities with this tea. And if you also check out our cookbook, there's some lovely bakes you can do using our gingerbread chai tea as well. So much variety to be enjoyed here. So to make a gingerbread chai latte, we're going to need to make a tea concentrate first. And to make a tea concentrate, you need to have some sort of vessel to brew your tea in. So I have one of our brudinis here, one of our regular versions, but we also have an extra large version as well, which is super handy if there's more than one of you drinking tea at home. So I'll show you how to use that one later. But yes, with the small version, you just want to pop 3 teaspoons of gingerbread chai into your brudini. So I'm just going to take my perfect teaspoon and pop 3 teaspoons of gingerbread chai tea into the brudini, and this is what is called making a concentrate. So a concentrate is essentially a really strong tea with less liquid and more tea than what you'd usually use. So I've got some boiling water here. Because this is a rooibos tea, we need to use boiling water to brew it. So I'm going to pop about 150 millilitres of water in there and let that gingerbread chai brew. Now whilst that's brewing, I'll talk you through all the ingredients of all of our blends here. So starting with the gingerbread chai, this one has a rooibos base, it's naturally caffeine free, and it also has cardamom, cinnamon, ginger and mallow flowers as well. So it's a super simple recipe, but it is so effective, so delicious, really rich, really sweet, perfect for the autumn chai season or for Christmas time as well. That gingerbread element is really perfect for that. But you can enjoy this tea in the summer too. If you want to try ice as an iced latte, it's really delicious to have, really refreshing in the summer. So it's an all year round tea. It used to be one of our seasonal blends that we'd only bring out at Christmas, but we really couldn't deprive everyone of it all year round like that. We made it permanent on our tea wall. So the Great Taste Award speaks for itself. We also have apple strudel. I love this tea, and honestly I think this tea is a bit overlooked on the tea wall. So I'm going to try and change that with all of you guys watching the video today. So this is a rooibos tea again, so again naturally caffeine free. It has cinnamon, freeze-dried apple pieces, air-dried apple pieces, rosehip, hibiscus, vanilla pieces and orange peel. So slightly fruity, spicy chai element to it. Oh, it's so nice, I love it. I'm going to show you a really good recipe with this one in a little while, so stay tuned for that. And last but definitely not least, One of our all-time Christmas favourites is our snowball. So we brought it back this year. People were crying out for it last year and I know you guys really missed it, so we brought it back with a bang for you guys to enjoy in this tea tasting club. This one is a black tea, so it does have similar caffeine content to a Great British Cuppa, a Builder's Brew, that kind of thing. Oh, it smells so good. Such a nostalgically festive smell for me as someone that's worked with Bird and Blend for 5 years. Every year that smell comes out and it makes me feel really festive. So this one is a Sri Lankan black tea. It has cocoa shells, it has desiccated coconut, cocoa nibs, it has red corn flowers, it even has really cute little vegan marshmallows in there. Let me show you. See, little pink and white ones. So vegan friendly, which is great, and has vanilla in there as well. So lovely ingredients in this one. You can really smell that coconut coming through, and weirdly the marshmallows. You know that kind of powdery smell that marshmallows have? It's so good. You'll recognise it as soon as you smell it out of your pouches at home. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll touch on these all a little bit later. But it's been 4 minutes. It's time to strain our concentrate. So I'm going to take a glass mug. It doesn't have to be a glass mug. I just like using glass mugs because I can show you how cool the Brudini is when it starts working. So to use your Brudini, if you do choose to use one of these, you just sit it on top of your mug like so, and it strains at the bottom like that. And lift it up, it stops. It's like a no trip Brudini, and it's also known as a gravity steeper. And that is just because it just comes through the bottom like that, and it's brilliant. Really fun little party trick to use. The gingerbread chai, by the way, the tea is so fine. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to strain than other teas, but just stick with the process. It's so delicious. I promise it's worth the wait. It really packs a punch. There you go. So I've strained that. That's our concentrate now in the bottom of the mug there. Now, if you wanted to make this ice, you could add some cold milk and some ice cubes, a bit of vanilla or honey syrup if you wanted to, and you've got a nice latte just like that. If you want to have a hot latte, which that's exactly what I want to do, so preheat some milk in the microwave or on the hob, which I've done here. And I'm going to take my handheld milk and matcha frother. If you don't have one of these at home, they're so handy. It's the only thing I use currently to whisk my milk, because I don't have the space at home, unfortunately, for a giant coffee machine that's got all the, the devices on it. So for me, something like this is perfect. And I'm just going to give that a nice little whisk. It doesn't take long to do at all. Get that foam on the top. And there we go, lovely and foamy, just like that. And I'm just going to add in the hot milk to my concentrate in my mug. If you wanted to add in any honey or cinnamon or vanilla, you can totally do that here as well. And then for the final touches, I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon to the top as well. Oh, it looks so good. I know it's only November, but I do start to feel festive already. For me, I'm a big Halloween person, so as soon as Halloween's over, straight into Christmas mode. I need to keep it going somehow. So that is our lovely gingerbread chai latte. You can see how lovely that is. It's so easy to make, super delicious, and I hope you guys love it as much as I do because it is so good. Such a Bird and Blend classic. Okay, so moving on to our gourmet box. So in our gourmet box, we have the lovely snowball once again. We also have Newcastle tea on the thyme, and we have rooibos breakfast cuppa. So a pretty interesting mix of different types of teas here. We have the snowball, which we touched on, which is obviously one of our Christmassy blends. Newcastle tea on the thyme, which is a store blend. So each one of our stores has its own custom blend to go with it that you can only buy in that store, online, or in the nest in Gourmet Box. So very selective teas. So it's nice to kind of try to go to as many stores as possible and collect all the teas. They have a whole collection to try to see which city's tea is your favourite. And lastly, we have rooibos breakfast cuppa. So this one is like, when I used to work in the Nottingham store, if somebody came in and they said, I just want a decaf black tea, I would say go for the rooibos breakfast cuppa, because this is a completely naturally caffeine-free version of a black tea for us. It is a rooibos base, so a slightly different flavour to it. It's the best replica of a black tea that we've made naturally without using the CO2 and all that sort of thing to blast the caffeine out of the tea leaves. which isn't a very successful way of making something caffeine free anyway. This is lovely and natural already, so good to go if you're a caffeine free person. Great option for you. So out of this collection, I'm going to show you how to make a snowball mega latte. This is one of our classic drink specials in store around Christmas time. So yeah, let's learn how to make it together at home. So to make one at home, as we just did before, we're going to need to make a tea concentrate. So using our large Brutini this time, I'm going to take my perfect teaspoon and I'm going to scoop out 3 teaspoons of the snowball tea into my Brutini, like so. And I'm going to take some boiling water once again, because this is a black tea. It needs boiling water, and I'm going to put in about 350 millilitres of black tea, like so. And I'm just going to leave that to brew for 4 minutes. So whilst that brews, let's talk ingredients. I've touched on the snowball ingredients already, but I'm just going to give you another little reminder. So this one is a Sri Lankan black tea, which has cocoa shells, desiccated coconut, cocoa nibs, red cornflowers, vegan marshmallows, and vanilla as well. I'm vegan personally, so it's really nice for me to be able to have an option like this that has the little treats of the marshmallows in that I can still enjoy. So if you are vegan, I'm sure you're just as chuffed as I am to get to have the marshmallows in this tea. It's really hard not to just pick them out and eat them all though before you brew them. It's a nightmare. You can add some more on the top. We also have in here Newcastle tea on the tine. So like I said before, each store has their very own tea to represent them, and this is Newcastle's tea. And this is a Chinese black tea, but it also has, well, it's got 3 different tea bases in here actually. So it has Chinese black tea, Kenyan black tea, and Sri Lankan black tea, all blended together to create a really rich base of lots of different types of tea. And along with that, it has the red peppercorns. So it's a pretty simple recipe, but if you're someone that's more of a traditionalist, you'll probably love this, because it's got 3 delicious tea bases in there, but it also has something a little bit exciting with the red peppercorns, which I love red peppercorns in tea. It's one of my favourite ingredients you can add to a tea. It just gives it this lovely, like, spicy kick. And with a combination like this, it also has that lovely earthy element to it because of the 3 different tea bases in. So if you are someone that prefers a more earthy or a more traditional tea, I think this would be a really good one for you. We also have our robust breakfast cuppa, which I touched on a second ago as well. So like I said, this one is one that would be perfect for you if you're caffeine free but you enjoy a Great British cuppa. So my mum's one of these people. She loves a Great British cuppa. She drinks it all the time, but sometimes she just wants to have a caffeine free alternative, and that's where this one steps in. You still get to have all the deliciousness of a regular cup of tea, but it's naturally caffeine free with no nasties in there, so that's brilliant. And this one is a rooibos base, so naturally caffeine free. It has some honey bush and sunflower petals in there as well, so it's a really simple recipe. And if you're vegan, don't worry, honey bush doesn't mean that it has honey in it. Honey bush is just literally a type of bush, but it just has quite a sweet kind of honeysuckle flavour to it. So I'm sure you'll recognise that as soon as you smell or taste this tea. So lovely and light and natural. I really enjoy this one. So it's been 4 minutes, it's time to strain our Brutini. I'm going to get out another glass mug here for you to have a little look at. I'm going to sit my Brutini on top of my mug and let it strain straight through. That is our concentrate going in there. Then once again, like we did for our gingerbread chai, I've got some hot microwaved milk here. You can either heat it in the microwave or on the stove, whichever works for you. And I've got my lovely milk and matcha froth there. I'm going to give it a nice whisk until it's nice and foamy. Once again, if you want to add any vanilla maybe, or any kind of like honey, you're welcome to do that now. But this tea is lovely and sweet naturally, so I don't know if you'll need to add anything to it. I personally just love it the way it is. There we go. How lovely and foamy that is. It doesn't take long to whisk it at all, it's brilliant. Right, now this is the messy bit. You could just leave your latte like that and just have a regular snowball latte, which is delicious. But if you're feeling a bit crazy, you could add some whipped cream, cocoa powder and marshmallows and have it as a mega latte. So that's what we're gonna do. Right, wish me luck. Let's try and get a nice whipped cream peak in there. Ooh, not too bad, there we go. And this is some vegan cream, by the way. It's by Food Heaven. You don't need to use that one, but I like to use that one personally. We serve it a lot in our stores as well. Next up, I'm going to take a bit of cocoa powder and add that to our lovely mega latte. Oh, look how pretty it looks. So festive. And last but definitely not least, I've got some little mini marshmallows to add on to really add that lovely festive hot chocolate vibe to this drink. It's really indulgent and really delicious. A little close up. Look how good that looks. It's so easy to make. Oh, please tag us. If you make this at home, please tag us so we can see your creations. I just can't wait to see what you come up with. I'm going to get this all over my face now, I can tell. So good. And last but not least, our caffeine-free box. So in our caffeine-free box, we have the delicious gingerbread chai, which we've touched on already. We have apple strudel, and we have good karma turmeric tea. So these teas are some of my favourite teas. They are so nice, really the cosy autumnal teas, kind of have that wellness feel to them. Always make me feel super cosy. So I'm going to show you how to make apple strudel today. Right, so let's get started. So guess what we're going to do this time? Yeah, that's absolutely right. We're going to make another tea concentrate. And with this one, we're going to put 3 teaspoons of the apple strudel into our brudini or strainer of choice. This is so nice. And I'm going to add 150 millilitres of boiling water because, again, this one is a rooibos. And I'm just going to let that brew for 4 minutes. And whilst that brews, I'm going to talk you through ingredients. So apple strudel is one of my favourites. And like I said, I think it's pretty overlooked. This tea also has a great taste award, so that just tells you how delicious it is. So this one is rooibos based, so it's naturally caffeine free. It has cinnamon, freeze-dried apple, air-dried apple, rosehip, hibiscus, vanilla beans and orange peel. So a lovely spicy fruity collection. Oh, it's so good, I love it. And we're going to make it iced today. So I'm going to make it iced with water and a splash of apple juice on the top. It's so good, so overlooked. When you're feeling a bit dehydrated, it really quenches your thirst. I love it. So excited to show you that once this brews. We have the gingerbread chai in this one, which we've touched on already, but I'll give you another quick reminder of the ingredients. The rooibos base, cardamom, cinnamon, ginger and mallow flowers. So a really delicious blend. 2 Best Taste Award winners. And then lastly, this tea is so interesting. I've never personally seen another tea quite like this one. Good Karma turmeric tea. So this one has cocoa nibs, oat flowering tops. It also has cinnamon, ginger, turmeric, ashwagandha and cocoa shells. So really interesting recipe. I don't know many teas with these ingredients in them. And this one is a herbal tea, so it's naturally caffeine free once again. And you might have heard a lot about ashwagandha recently. I feel like it's been popping up across my social media a lot lately. Everyone's been ranting and raving about ashwagandha's health benefits. It's a really delicious ingredient. But yeah, I've seen ashwagandha everywhere recently, being ranted and raved about for its health benefits. So who knows? I guess we'll start drinking it and we'll see what the impact is. There's also some turmeric in this tea, and turmeric's also known to be an anti-inflammatory, very calming, very relaxing tea ingredient, which I love. I always reach for it in teas. Okay, so it's been 4 minutes. Let's get straining our tea. First things first, this time it's going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to take a glass like so, and I'm going to pop some ice in the glass. I'm actually running out of ice, so I don't have as much as I would like, but hopefully at home you've got more ice than me. Now if you have a cocktail shaker at home, you can pop all the ice into your cocktail shaker and strain your tea into your cocktail shaker, and it cools down a lot faster like that. If you don't have one, it doesn't matter, you can just make it the same way that I am. So I'll bring my tea to my glass like so, with the ice to let it cool down. So delicious. And then once it's like this, I personally just like to top it up with a little bit more water. That can just be straight from your tap, easy. Or if you want a really strong concentrate, you can just make more of your concentrate and fill your whole glass with just concentrate. So you're not diluting it with that extra water. And then once you get your drink to this point, you can either drink it like that, it's really lovely and refreshing. Oh, I love this tea. Or you take a little bit of fresh apple juice. You don't need to use any fancy brands or anything, just get whatever you fancy and just top that last little bit up with a splash of apple juice and it's ready to go. I love this so much. Oh, it's so lovely and autumnal and spicy. And like I always say, I think this time of year we always drink those lovely lattes and milky rich drinks, which I love. But sometimes you get a bit fed up of drinking milk all day and you feel a bit full. Even if you're drinking oat milk or coconut milk, you can get a bit full and a bit fed up of milky drinks. So if you do hit that wall or you fancy something a bit different one day, this is a great alternative. In fact, I've done this with the apple strudel, but loads of our chai or ginger or spicy kind of teas work really well made in this way. So you could try it gingerbread chai with the same recipe. You could try it Mowgli's fire chai with the same recipe. There's so many different chais you can enjoy with that recipe, or even things like ginger beer. It's all about experimenting. The options are endless, so just get stuck in, try lots of different versions and let us know which one your favourite is. Thank you so much for joining me for November's tea tasting club. Still can't believe it's November already. This year has just absolutely flown by. I really hope you've enjoyed all the teas in all of your 3 boxes for the month and that you're really excited to try December's box, because I'm so excited. That's what will really be hitting you with all of our lovely festive blends to explore. So stay tuned for that. If you tried any of our recipes that we experimented with today, let me know. And if you recreate any of them, make sure to take a picture and tag us on socials so we can check out your lovely creations. And on that note, make sure you're following us across socials as well. That way you can stay up to date with lots of fun recipes, tea releases, and all the fun tea-based moves. So join us along the journey there. Have a great November and I'll see you in December for the festive season. Also, this is your reminder, your formal reminder that December is Advent calendar season. So if you're someone that wants to try lots of different bird and blend teas at once, that is the perfect thing to do. So if you grab yourself an Advent calendar, there's 24 different teas in the Advent calendar. There's 2 teas for each day. And for every Advent calendar we make, we plant a tree. The packaging is recyclable, the tea bags are biodegradable, so it really is the perfect way to get into the tea world and try loads of different teas at once. So join me on December 1st. We can even open the first day of Advent together. How about that? Exciting. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye now. So have a great November and I will see you on December 1st. Bye.